Hi students, welcome to our online class. I am Jaimini, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Savitri Engineering College. I am going to handle the subject 19 MA214 Series and Transform. First we are going to see the Unit 1 Sequences and Series. So Sequences series, the course outcome is to study the convergence of real sequences and apply the sequences to study the convergence behavior of various infinite series. Next, we are going to see the content of the sequence and series. The first content is sequence and series. We are going to see the definition of sequence and the kinds of sequences. Next one, finite and infinite series. Next one, test of convergence. So test of convergence, we have the various types of tests we have it. Another one, absolute convergence. Then the last one, conditional convergence. So these are the content we are going to see in the upcoming session. So first we are going to see the introduction part of a sequence and series. What is a sequence and series? Sequence and series are one of the basic topics in arithmetic, an itemized collection of elements in which repetition of any short is allowed is known as a sequence, whereas series is a sum of all the elements. So sequence, you already know, if we have a collection of 10 elements, it is a sequence. Then summing all the elements, you will get the series. That is a sequence and series. You are all come across the sequences series in a school level itself. That is, what are the sequences and series you have? Arithmetic progression, geometric progression, then harmonic progression and Fibonacci sequence. So these are the sequences you have. So in a sequences series, arithmetic progression is a common example. Next we are going to see the real life example of the sequence. The months of a year, consider the months of a year. Every year we have a 12 months. We already know that is January to December. The months of the year is in a sequence. So the months is a continuation of the first month. After the first month we have the second month. After the second month we have the third month. So likewise we have a one month is related with the previous month. So therefore the months of the year is a good example for the sequence. After January it will always come the February. Some other month it won't come. So it is impossible to go from March to July because it has to go in a sequence. So it must follow the some order. So sequence means it is a collection of elements. It must follow the some order. This is called the sequence. So this is the best example for the sequence. Next series. So consider a saucer game. So in a saucer game, each goal is worth 1 point. If one of the team make their first goal as A1, the series will start with 1. After a couple of minutes, they make their second goal as A2. That is, they are naming for one goal, they are naming as A1, A2, etc. Up to n number of times they are giving a name. So we will add +1 to the series if team keep on making the goals A3 plus A4 plus A5, that is what is they said the goal of worth is 1 point. So if they start with the 1, then adding the another one you get the 2, then adding another one you get the 3, adding another one you get the 4, etc. So likewise up to nth term we get the +1 is added for each goal. So therefore the goal is used as a series. At the end of the game we will add all the terms, that is the goals, in order to obtain the result of the game. So suppose if you are playing for a 10 times, you will get the goal is 10 point you will get. So that is number of times, n number of times you are playing. So you will get the goal is n. The value, the final result will get the n. That is adding the 1 to the next goal, you get the result. Therefore, that is only our series. This is a good example for a series. Next, we are going to see the difference between, what is the difference between the sequence and series? So many of us are saying sequence and series. So now we are going to see the what is the real difference between the sequence and series. So sequence is a set of elements that follow a pattern. That is, sequence, it must follow the pattern. So previously we saw the example of the month of a year. Then first here the series, sum of elements of a sequence. So in a sequence, we have a consider the January month 1, February month 2, then likewise 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 12 you have tried. Then summing of the all the sequences, you get the series. Then second point, order of element is important. So in a sequences, it must follow the order. Then the series, the order of element is not so important. So here you no need to follow the order. Then the finite sequence, here we have the sequences, we have two types. One is the finite sequence, another one is a infinite sequence. So finite sequence, if you have only 5 elements in 5 elements, that is a finite sequence. Infinite sequence means it may be a 10 elements, or it may be a 20 elements, or it may be a 100 elements. So that is a infinite number of sequences is having. Then finite series 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Then infinite series 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. up to infinite number of terms we have to follow here. This is a basic difference between the what is a sequence and series. Hope you all understand what is a sequence and series. Okay. Next we are going to see the real definition of a sequence. It is a set of numbers in a definite order according to some definite rule. Each number of set is called the term of sequence. So each element they will consider as a term, and its length is the number of terms in it. How to calculate the length of the sequence? How many terms is having? That is the length of the terms in the sequence. It can be denoted as how they denoted as sequence summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an or an. That is this is the nth term of a sequence they are defining. Next, for example, 1, 4, 7, 10, etc. This is a sequence has a difference of 3 between each other. That is how to calculate the difference. That is 1 minus, so subtracting the second element by first element, you get the 4 minus 1, 3. Likewise 7 minus 4, 3. Likewise 10 minus 7, 3. So all the common differences are equal. So let us see the another example. So if we have n elements 1, 2, 4, etc. up to n, they are here the nth element is n square. So the 1 square value is 1, 2 square value is 4, 3 square value is 9 up to etc. n square. So it is mapping from one element to another element in the another set, that is called the sequence. Next, here have another example. Consider the following a sequence. This is a sequence 1, this is a sequence 2. They are taking the two sequences. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is the first term, this is second term, this is the third term, etc. We'll get the fifth term. This is a finite sequence. Here they are defined by picture wise. This is a infinite sequence. Each number in the list is called a term. So each number in the list, here the sequence 1 have a one set of list, then sequence 2 has another set of list. So one set of list, each number is a term. Each term is separated by commas. The finite sequence ends after a certain number of terms. So finite sequence, it will end with after a certain number of terms. It will end up with the 10th term, or it will end up with 20th term, likewise. The infinite sequence is one that continues indefinitely, non-stop. This is, we can say the infinite sequence is non-stop. It will have to go infinite number of terms. Next, we are going to see the kinds of sequence. We already see the finite sequence, no? So finite sequence, we have the finite number of terms in it. Then infinite sequence, we have that is infinite number, that is the non-stop sequences. They are defining the finite sequence as A1, A2, etc. up to AN. Infinite sequence as A1, A2, A3, etc. up to infinite. Next, we are going to see what is the limit of a sequence. A sequence an has a limit L, and we write limit n tends to infinity an is equal to L, or an tends to L as n tends to infinity. Suppose consider the sequence is given. So for example, consider here the nth term of a sequence is given. An is equal to n square plus 1 by 2n square plus 3. So here you have to take the limit n tends to infinity. If here we can't take directly n tends to infinity, so from the numerator we can take out the n square. We get the first term 1 plus 1 by n square. In the denominator also take out the n square outside. You will get the 2 plus 3 by n square. So now we can cancel the n square. So now apply the limit. So the numerator we have 1 here 1 by n square. So n tends to infinity, if apply 1 by infinity is 0. So here only 1 only will get. So here also 2 plus 3 by n square having. So here also if you apply n tends to infinity, you get this term is 0. So you will get the 1 by 2. So if you take the limit n tends to infinity, we get the value 1 by 2. Next, we are going to see how to calculate the nth term of a sequence. Suppose the sequence is given as 1, 2, 3, etc. is given. So if you know the nth term of the sequence, then only you can calculate the limit of a sequence, and you can identify the convergent divergence of a sequence. So for that, we are going to find how to calculate the nth term of a sequence. So that is formula for nth term of the sequence is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is nothing but the first term of a sequence. Then d is nothing but the common difference of each term. For example, if you consider the sequence 4, 7, 10 up to etc. 22. So from this, can you calculate the nth term of the sequence? Yes, we know that first term is, what is the first term? 4. Then what is the common difference of this term? 3. So therefore, the nth term of the sequence is an is equal to 4 plus n minus 1 into 3. So now multiply the 3 inside, we get the 3n minus 3. So 4 plus 3n is equal to, we get the 3n plus 1. So this is the nth term of the sequence. Next, can you find what is the next number of the sequence? That is, we are calculating the sequences 77, 44, 221, 323, 437. Next one must be a 667. How it is 667 we got? That is 77 into 11. 77 into 7 into 11 you'll get the 77. Similarly 11 into 13. That is here 13, 17, 19. Likewise it will come. So multiplying we get the next term. This and all you already learned. So just for recalling, I am explaining. What are the next numbers in the sequence? 3, 8, 15, 24, 35. So we will get the 48. How it would be? That is first one adding the plus. Then next adding 7. Likewise adding 9. Likewise adding 11, 13. Next 15, 17, 19. So likewise have to add. Next we are going to see the convergence sequence. What is a convergence? A sequence Sn is said to be convergent if it has a finite limit. That is, we already saw that what is the limit. If you find the limit, if you get the finite value you get, that is a convergent sequence. If you get the infinite limit, that is sequence is called the divergent sequence. So here the limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to L. So the Sn is nothing but the nth term of the sequence. We can denote it as Sn or An. Next, consider the 1 by n square is a convergent sequence. Because how you get it is a convergent sequence? Limit n tends to infinity, 1 by n square equal to 0. That is, if you apply n tends to infinity, we get the 1 by infinity is 0. We get the finite limit. That is 1 by n square is a convergent sequence. Next, we know the divergent sequence. Divergent sequence, a sequence tends to infinity is said to be divergent sequence. For example, n is a divergence because if you apply n tends to infinity, you get the infinity value. Therefore, this sequence is divergent sequence. Thank you, students. Next class we'll see.